Maybe people don't want to. All right. Hey everybody, Dr. Giggles in the house. Today's Daily Grow Show. Woo! So we're going to talk about, what do you call it? The Universal Orlando Survey and other good things, whatever we find popping up. I got in my email a bunch of stuff to talk about, you know, all the stuff that's been going on since over the weekend and some cool stuff that's going on. I got everything up, queued, ready to rock and roll. And we'll just talk about things, see where it goes, and whatever you guys decide to drop in the chat down below. And I'm just kind of looking over some stuff, and we'll see what it is. So also, hey, what's up, Nicholas? So basically, we'll talk about Universal. Hey, Charles, what's going on? So basically, we'll talk about the survey. We're going to talk about bedtime stories with Disney. We're going to talk about a little bit about Fair Time, not movie, not a whole lot, just a little bit. We're also going to be talking about, whatever else that I got, queued up, ready for our enjoyment. Because, there's a bunch of things, here, there, and everywhere. Everybody's kind of wondering what's going on in this world. I can't give you a date of when anything's going to open because I don't have that answer. Nobody does. I can tell you what people are prepping for, but I can't tell you a damn thing because making an assumption based on anything is really, I don't know, it's kind of weird just because of the fact that how are you going to make that assumption? Because we don't know, but we do know that states are reopening things as they're hitting their curves and they're doing it by phases. And we can, if we want, we can play the guessing game if you want. We could play that guessing game when we think, based off of the phases and if everything goes to plan, and I'm sure it's not. I spelled that wrong. I'm sure that there's going to be some what I call false starts, and we'll see. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know when anything's going to open, but I would. I know a lot of people keep asking me, when is something going to open? When do you think? I get a lot of messages. When do you, they ask me, when do I think parks going to, we've talked about this different times. And if you watch past a bunch of videos when we talk about this, you can see that my timeline keeps changing and changing and changing and changing. It's just based off of the data that everybody's looking at. Everybody's looking at the same data. It's not like anybody's got a magic wand and a crystal ball and go, this is what's going to happen. We don't know that. We really don't. And one thing that I want to say, and I'm going to stop putting this in the videos, and I can't believe I got to say this, but I'm going to just because of how people are. Everybody that knows me, I'm a wild, kind of rambunctious. Sometimes I'm a douche. We know that. I could be the biggest a-hole or I could be the best dude on the planet. It just depends. But what I'm going to say is, my opinions may not jive with everybody else's, and that's okay, and your opinions may not jive with me and anything I say. So I just want to get that out of the way, that if you get upset about something, I want everybody to voice their opinion. I don't want people to not voice their opinion. Whether I agree with it or you agree with mine, it's okay. This forum is just, we're a community. So I'd rather us all together have an opinion. You know, if you have an opinion, it doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong or you're right or wrong. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's just for us to talk. What I don't want anybody doing, hey, what's up, Marcus? What I don't want anybody doing is attacking each other, because that's been going on. People, like, you voice your opinion, and because you don't agree with that opinion, people start attacking each other. I don't want none of that on this channel. If you want to voice your opinion, do it. But if you're going to start calling people out and calling people an a-hole and all that because your view of theme parks or what's going on, leave it for people that are like-minded like you, and you just want to attack people. If that's your thing, by all means, do that. But here, I don't want that. Say, for instance, Marcus has a different opinion than I do. I'm not going to hate him for his opinion, and I'm sure he's not going to hate me for mine. Oh, I hope not, anyway. But usually we pretty much agree, but sometimes we might not. I don't know. But I'm just using that as an example. And if for some reason that somebody doesn't agree with it, it's okay to disagree. The whole thing is I want to see what other people's opinions are based on, especially in this new environment. That's what I want. Chris Carr. Welcome, Chris. I have not spoken to you, but that's okay. Let's see. He says the survey means nothing if they put all the ideas into effect in the survey. The park will be reduced to a point that there is no point in attending. I don't think the park should open till phase. Yeah, I mean, hopefully phase 3, I think, will be August, early September for it to be. And honestly, Chris, I would agree with you on that, and I'm going to tell you why I agree with that. As much we all want the parks to open, I already have in my brain, like I've put it in my brain that parks are not going to open this year. And that may or may not be the case. I think a lot of parks are not going to open this year just because August, September for a lot of parks, it's like, why bother? You know, a place like, say, like Knoebels or water parks or, small places that, don't, put it this way, places that don't have a Christmas, a Halloween event. I mean, Knoebels, as an example, has their Hallow weekends. It's not meant to be scary. It's meant for everybody to attend. It's just some Halloween fun, nothing scary, nothing like that. I think places like that are just not going to. I mean, some are gonna. If they do August, they might open to try to make some income. But I think. No, I agree with you, Chris. See, here's my opinion with a lot of stuff. Me, because in my situation, I don't work for a park. In a sense, we are essential, but not. It depends, because most of our customers are shut down just because, like a lot of retail offices and stuff like that we do work for. I mean, I like to get back to work, but I can't get to work until they reopen. I'm stuck here collecting unemployment until that happens. And then when it happens, we're back to work. Hey, you know what, Max? I may bust your chops. I mean, a lot of it is busting your chops because of the B&M thing. You haven't ridden many coasters in your life, and there's nothing wrong with that. You've ridden mostly B&M, that's what you love, and we just like to bust chops. Just because you are a fanboy and it's very excessive, but I'm not going to say you're an idiot because you enjoy B&M. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Being in the spot, I mean, I would love to get back to work. I'm tired of sitting in this house. I mean, you know what's weird? It's like I thought during this I would be pumping videos out like crazy. And I am going to be working on some videos from stuff, from footage and stuff that I found from in the past. And I am going to re-edit, make it look a little better than I did, because before I just didn't put any effort into stuff way back when. And this mentally changes your life, because you're so used to just, when everything was normal, you could make a video, you were inspired. Right now, there's so much negativity, there's death, there's unknowns. People's brains are not where they should be, and people are trying their best. That's why I try to do this grow show every day to help. And I just try to want to, I try to want to make everybody, at least for an hour or so, whatever we do, just to feel good. That's all this is. This is just kind of us talking. Let us know how everybody feels about stuff. And Chris, I know some people in Mass that don't work at theme parks, but are having trouble with the unemployment system. This thing just wreaked havoc on everything. Now, I agree with Chris in a sense, because look, you guys that work there, you want to feel safe. You don't want somebody that's sick exposing, and I get that, and I'm not trying to be a douche about anything. We all want our experience. We all want to get back to work. We all want to get back to fun. I think we can all agree on that. There's a way to do it, a way not to do it. I mean, what I do is I go online and I just, if people have been noticing, I've been like ramping up my, a lot of stuff and just busting shops, just because I'm a douche. I just like to get a rise out of people just because of whatever. I mean, some of my stuff, my opinions, a lot of people don't like them, and that's okay. But again, back to what Chris was saying, if you're gonna wait, I think 2021 would realistically be the best time to have a phase 3 or 4 or whatever the states are doing to reopen, just because one, there's a lot of panic. Like, a lot of people don't want to travel. They don't want to get on planes. They feel they're unsafe. They don't want to be around a lot of people right now. It's fresh in their mind. It's still ongoing. People are like, whoa, I don't want to. I don't know how many of you anybody watch Rick's Flicks? That popped up, and I watched his video about the survey thing. And Jason in Paradise actually sent me, when it came out, screenshots of the survey. And what I notice is there's a lot of things. I agree with Rick's Flicks. It's a survey to see what people feel. It's a feeler. I agree with that statement. I don't know what they are or what they are going to do. I don't know what the landscape's going to look. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the landscape's going to look like when it reopens. But there are people on this two sides of the pendulum, on each side as it swings. There's people that are so deeply afraid, and they're not going to go. They're like, I'm going to wait a while. And then there's people like, open it now, like me. Like me, if they open a park right now, I would go. End of story. I know there would be things implemented we'd have to deal with, but I would go. And like I said before, my experience, and that's why people get mad at me, in my opinion, because we've had the experience with people having it in this house, and we're officially off quarantine right now, thank God, as of yesterday. But like I said, the whole thing is, how do you feel? And that's the thing for everybody that's watching. I'd like to know how you guys, everybody that's down in this chat, that's watching, regardless if you're on Facebook or if you're on YouTube, wherever you're watching from, let me know, when a park opens, are you going to go or are you going to hold off? And if anybody's like, don't attack anybody. I just want to know, I want to see where you guys are going with this. Where do you feel? Where does it lie within your head? Are you going to go? Are you not going to go? Are you going to kind of, So, I don't know. And you know what, Charles? Chris, I was thinking the same thing. They might hold off till Halloween Horror Nights, because by then we should see. Because a lot of states, even New York, they're starting to see that they've already seen the peak. They're already in a downward trend. I'm not saying it's over. I'm just saying that things are getting a little better, and there's more testing. Just don't get too afraid when you find out about more positive cases right away. Just because you are, no matter what, you're gonna see a spike because of more testing becomes available. And I think I would say my guess would be, from when they open to 6 to 12 months, it's going to be finicky. And what I've been seeing is the parks are going to be taking a bath in losses across the board. Every park, no park is safe. I think it's more of build the trust, worry about the profits after, which could be a good thinking, like mind thing. Like, you're a business, you have to, you have to be careful. We don't want people to be sick and dying. I don't want that. I'm just saying, based off of my experience watching people go through the virus, myself, my two boys, my fiance, we did not have symptoms. Other people did, and I've seen the full spectrum of it. So, I mean, not the full. I figure this virus comes in 4 different variations. No symptoms, mild symptoms, severe symptoms, and then the really severe, ventilator death scenario. we don't want 4, but yeah, Universal seems right now. And Chris, I was actually talking with like Jason in Paradise and some other people. What I'm surprised at is right now, anyway, Universal has been the one that hasn't had to take money, like a loan or anything, like Six Flags, Cedar Fair, moving around money, taking out lines of credit and stuff like that. And I know Universal's still working on Epic Universe, and they're still building that, and they're still working on rides and other stuff that's going on within the park. I know they're still doing that. I believe Disney's pretty much shut down a lot of the stuff, and all the parks. I don't know. I know like Lake Compounce. When I talked to Jerry Brick 2 or 3 weeks ago, that's been stopped over with their water slide, and I know a lot of places have stopped construction. Now, is that? I mean, I guess it's smart because you're trying to stop the spread. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to stop it, but I just want people. Yeah, I was going to talk about that. I seen that it pop up in my email. But what I wanted to tell people is, at the end of the day, things are going to happen regardless of, what is going on. So we just have to, you in your mind, and I say this to everybody that's watching. I say this because everybody's different. They said, so they announced an $875 secured note, Grobel says, and then using $464 million to pay $750 million to pay on $750 million term B loan due 2024. Yeah, I think, and you know what I think you're going to see is the parks reopen and debts are coming. I think you're not going to see for a while buybacks. That has to stop. They got to pay the debt down across. I'm talking all parks, all that stuff. You're just going to have to pay the debt down as much as you can. Try to make your profits. Get your people back, get people back into the parks. I think SeaWorld will. I think for the most part, most parks are going to reopen. They'll probably do the same thing with debt to try to pay, take out a line of credit if they can, to kind of do some stuff. They may sell. So again, we won't know until this aftermath goes on. Now, maybe SeaWorld goes bankrupt and somebody buys them on the cheap and reopens it and does something different. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I don't want to see SeaWorld close. I like SeaWorld for what it is and what you get to see and do, and they're doing stuff. Grobel, is that for Cedar Fair? I know I'm bouncing around talking. The increased revolving credit line, $100 million, revolving now $375, and $230 million left unspent. I don't know if that's for Cedar Fair or somebody else. I don't know. I keep jumping around. I got scatterbrained. So I just want to see people. One thing's for sure. If you're gonna go right off the bat, go support the park. Spend a little, not a lot, just spend something. Anything. It's kind of like like those homeless people you see in the Walmart, by the red light, somewhere or whatever. People trying to get you for money. Anything you can spare change. Do some spare change. If you want to see the park survive, that's what we got to do. I'm not saying we're going to save it, but as more and more people feel safer. Yes. Oh, yeah, you guys are talking about Mark Tower. Do I have that sign hanging up? I thought I did. I do have a Mark Tower. I might have given that away, actually. I don't know. I think it might be in one of the boxes. I might have put that in a mystery box. Oh, Marcus, speaking of which, make sure you give me the address you're at. I'm going to send you the box and get it out of here. Also, I want to announce, I've been making, as I've been going through the basement, because they're going to be doing construction probably in a couple weeks or so here. I've been trying to get, make the mystery boxes and clear things out. And so every Wednesday night Grow Show, we're going to uh, give away a mystery box. We got all kind. I got Wicked Cyclone bags and stuff like that. Media day, those drawstring bags with pins and pencils and cups and frisbees and stuff like that. We're gonna be giving. We're gonna just giveaways. We're gonna ship them out to you. When we're just gonna pick whoever's in the chat. We're just gonna do giveaways of cool stuff. I started making up this cool mystery box with all different kinds of various cool items. It's nice to have doubles, triples of items just to give it to people that would appreciate it and enjoy it. It's a thank you to, watching and participating and stuff like that. So that's what's going to happen starting this Wednesday. We're just going to do it and just get rid of it, ship it out to everybody that wins. There's so much stuff. We got so much stuff. We could probably do 2 or 3 giveaways a night. And even if you won once, you could still win again. It's like I said, it's just a thank you to everybody. We're just gonna randomly pick names out of a, like I did the last time, out of a hat. Just look at whoever's in the chat, and there you go. Yeah, I mean the big dogs like Disney, Universal, I think Cedar Fair, Six Flags. See, I think even if Six Flags goes into bankruptcy again, somebody's gonna buy them. They're not gonna just let Six Flags just go. Somebody's gonna buy it. I believe that wholeheartedly, that somebody will buy. There's always, the thing with stuff like this, like when there's definitely a recession, a Great Depression, whatever the hell's going on, whatever you feel like you want to call it, there's always money to be made on somebody's demise. When stock prices plummet, companies go bankrupt. Somebody that, if they can get them on the cheap, they will. So say even at bankruptcy, based on the rides, the property, say they're worth $2 billion, right? Say the stuff's worth $2 billion, and say they got $4 billion in debt. I know that's not the case, but say they did. They got say almost $3 billion. So $5 billion gets it. They might take some kind of hit. You might buy the company for $1 billion and have to suck up the debt. Some companies might be willing to do that. Not all, but some might actually be willing, or there might be a free-for-all and sell parks off, take what you got, take your losses, end the day. I don't know. Companies could buy them up and go, I want this one, I want that one. They'll be around. They might not be Six Flags. They might be Six Flags. I don't know. It just depends on the circumstance. If Six Flags, I think, didn't do what they did with buybacks, they might be in a better monetary spot. I'm not saying they'd be perfect, but they might be in a little bit better spot than they are now. And everybody's kind of going bankrupt. And look, there's a few things that they could do to survive, and say they could refinance the debt. That's a possibility. I don't know how the people that are owed money feel about it. It'll end up being like 2009, 2010 again. It would be interesting to see if Disney or Universal soak up some of them. I mean, Disney right now, nobody's really in a position at the second to be buying, because you got to get open first. So there might be a little bit of period of time where you might not have a Six Flags or a Cedar Fair if things get real bad and they can't do it, and nobody knows. But I'm willing to bet that at some point somebody would do something, bring it back to life, try something. I mean, a Disney or Universal, if they did, I mean, I would probably see more of a Universal probably pick up some than a Disney. I mean, they could just be Universal Thrill Park. I don't think they would say Six Flags. You know what I mean? See, if Six Flags had done half the buybacks they did, they would be fine. I would agree with that. I would totally agree with that. They did something stupid. They got caught with their pants down, and now they can't do it. They're going to have to stop with all this buyback crap. You just, at least for the more, for the next few years, they're not going to be able to do buybacks. They shouldn't even attempt. That'd be funny if they did. Warner Brothers buy it. It's so weird to see this, like, just things collapse the way that they collapsed. Sometimes it almost feels like it was done by design. I know it's not, but in my brain. So everyone wants a vaccine. Oh yeah, I'm looking at you past the post there, Marcus. Everyone wants a vaccine during all this. I wonder where all the anti-vaxxers are, not including a situation. You have I have a valid excuse. If I took that vaccine, I'd die. Because when they make these vaccines, I know like the flu shot, there is a variation that doesn't have shellfish in it. But I know this first one something to do with shellfish helps. I don't know why they mix that in. I'm not a scientist or a doctor. I don't know how it works. What I do know is I can't take the normal shots. I get messed up. Yeah, this is the time. Yeah, when your stock is low, but they put the poison pill in place, so they can't. Well, that's further, but they can't. The funny thing is they're stuck. They can't buy the stock. But yeah, I can't take the vaccine. I think if I took that, because when they put this vaccine out for, the virus, that they will, it'll have that in it, and I can't take it. So, my kids thankfully don't have that allergy, so they can take it. I just feel that anything, they always say 12 to 18 months for a viable thing. Yeah, Six Flags did a lot of their buybacks at over $50 to $60 a share. That's just wasted. It is. But I mean, they probably didn't think that. They probably thought sky's the limit for this stock. They thought probably at some time it was going to hit $100 a share, and it was a deal. And then this happened. Boom, wiped out all their wiped out all their gains and all that. So it's going to be a while to make that purchase worthwhile. Kind of sucks, but yeah. Anyway, like I was saying with the vaccine, if anything less than a year, I know they're trying to rush it and try and do things to get it to work. I really feel under the year mark is really, really pushing for disaster. I mean, unless they got like some magical, with technology and whatever to do whatever, maybe because all the focus in the world right now is to fix it. Maybe they could get it done quicker. I'm just a little leery on a new one. The insiders are buying stock the last 2 months. Yeah. Yeah, because they knew something was coming. Plus this, on top of it, if you were smart, you probably bought it, as it dropped, a couple weeks ago, you probably bought it, and then now you're not doing it. I want to look up something real quick. I just want... All right. So right now, Six Flags stock is up 2.5%, up 39 cents. It's at $15.98. Oh, it dropped to 93 cents. It's doing an up and down close. $15.98. It went as high as $16.75 today. Good thing, I think you're going to see the stock drop a little bit more before it's... Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just going to start... Yeah, make some money back and help the economy a bit. Here's the thing. I think at the end of the day, things will be okay. It's going to take us a little bit of time to get there. And, beyond here's my opinion, and I know I ruffle feathers with all this. I would just like it to open, get back to normal. I feel some of the stuff they're doing with these executive orders overstep constitutional rights. They're trying to make it safe. Is the government keeping you safe? That's up to your interpretation. It's like in the state of Rhode Island, you have to wear a mask. Well, actually, I had the weirdest thing happen to me today when I got gas today. Even though I put my credit card in the pump, I had to go inside. I didn't have a mask. I wasn't planning on going in any stores today. So I just went like this. And I said, oh, you made your pump. And I was okay because I covered my face. So realistically, I could go to a store like this. I'm covering my face. You can do that. You can cover like that. Yeah. Safe is the key word. Now, like Chris here, Chris Carr works at Universal. Now, can I ask you what you do? You don't have to say what rides, what a lot of stuff. You know, I don't need insider information. I'm just trying to kind of gauge, because you said you want to be safe. So obviously you're around public. I don't know if you're a ride operator, a show person. You don't even have to tell me what show or ride. I'm just looking at it that way. You're gonna say I'm a ride operator, I'm a show person, I cook food, I whatever. What I want to do is I'm going to pull up the survey that a lot of people have been talking about it. We're really beating a dead horse, but some people haven't seen it. But Jason in Paradise sent me screenshots, so I'll just read the screenshots. And I agree with Chris what he said earlier. Opening it with most of these restrictions in place is going to do nothing for anybody, and it's not even point to open it. Even though I think what's going to happen, even if they implemented everything on this list. Oh, okay. So there you go. Okay. So I know what your job is, because a lot of people like you, when I go to the park, and I stop and I do the survey. So basically, the first screenshot I got says limits attendance. It's probably all over the place, but it's just how I was sent. It says limits attendance to 50% of the park. So the answers that they had was, would this make you feel more comfortable? This is a basic requirement for me. This would not affect me. This would be a minor inconvenience for me. This would be a major problem for me. So you see where they're going with that. Oh. And it says implements touch-free payment for food, merchandise, parking. Same, not a fact, as a basic, da-da-da. And then they have, it says, below you'll find various measures that could help protect the health and safety of our guests and team members. We would like you to evaluate each of these measures by telling us how you would feel if it was implemented by Universal theme parks. How would you feel if Universal requires all guests to to wear face masks? So it's still got the same, would it make you feel more comfortable? And then it says, once state governments permit it, Universal Orlando will reopen. How likely are you to consider visiting if the park reopens following its pre-coronavirus standard operating for safety procedures? So they say very likely, likely, undecided, unlikely, very unlikely. There's also other things too, is remove all 3D glasses from rides. Would it make you feel comfortable, etc.? Seat guests every other row and every other seat for rides and shows. How would that make you feel? And that was all that he gave me. I know there's some different variations of the survey, but those are the things. See, for me, it is what it is. If I gotta wear, I don't want to wear a mask. I just don't like wearing it. I'll be sweating, fogging my glasses. But I don't. But I understand for the safety of people. I'm not really for it, but I get it. If a business requires me to do that I want to go to. Because, I'm not wearing a mask to go to stores. I'm just like, well, I just won't go in the store. Plus, it'll help me not spend money. There's only 2 kind of places that I would be willing to wear. Well, maybe 3. That I would maybe, depending upon where it is and what it is. But, again, here's the problem. If they make you wear a mask, now you get the problem of loose articles on a ride. They'll fly off. Garrett, somebody's mask is going to fly off. They're going to take it off on a ride. Whatever. So, I don't know. It's kind of like, what do you do? Yeah, safety of the people. It's weird. It's like on a what do you call it? On a ride. Is it safe? Is it not safe? Is it? Yeah, mask in Florida summer heat would be super crazy uncomfortable. Now I just saw yesterday. I get updates from Yahoo, different news articles, and it popped up in my email yesterday about the sunlight kills the virus quick. The government did tests on it, whatever. So I was reading about that yesterday. Potentially, if you have a lot of sunny days, is it going to kill off the virus? I mean, if it's in you, there's not much you could do. But if you're sick, and here's a lot of people, like I said before, this virus proves that the people are a bunch of scumbags. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, it's different. Like, if you got allergy, it's allergies. You're sneezing, coughing. You shouldn't be a scumbag, right? You shouldn't be a scumbag sneezing and coughing on people, but everybody does it. People stink. People just whatever. That's people are gonna have to change in that aspect. We get that. You're gonna have to be a little bit more courteous, I guess, to people. But if you're like legit sick, why would you be going? I mean, I know like people have paid for vacations, people have done things. I think, especially in this day and age with this, I think all companies should have something in place that, okay, you booked this trip months in advance, and now all of a sudden you're sick and they don't want you in the park. They're not going to let you in. Well, can I get a refund because I'm sick? Like, without having to buy travel insurance. That's like one of those extra scam things. Like, if because of XYZ, because of these implemented rules, are you going to refund me my money because I can't go because you're not going to let me in because I'm sick? The temperature thing is a bunch of bogus BS because people have, what do you call it, have not had a fever but have had the virus, so you're still letting people in. Again, it's a catch-22. You gotta realize, do you feel that you're safe? Did you have it? Do you have antibodies? What do you have? You know, there was another thing about taking a test in one of the survey things with a 15-minute time to get your results back. It was also not doing x-ray for your bags and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. You can have the virus and not show any symptoms. Case in point, having it without having symptoms. So, again, I mean, now my allergies are starting to kick because the flowers are starting to bloom here. And I've been seeing all the pollen flying around, so my allergies have been kicking up. And then I just take my allergy pills and it clears up. But yeah, everybody just, you gotta figure out at what point do you feel safe, not safe, whatever, until there's a vaccine. The economy is, and that's why it's a catch. The economy can't wait a year. Everybody would lose everything. Like, everybody would lose their apartments. Everybody would lose their cars. Everybody would lose their houses. Everybody would lose everything. Nobody, and the government can't afford to pay everybody. So now you got to get a little bit of a catch-22 and reopening things in a phase. And I'm okay with opening it in a phase. I'm kind of in a spot where I'm just like, just do it, open it, let people get back to work. You just gotta, you gotta put. Delta issued a bunch of refunds and got sued because somebody didn't get their refund. Yeah, that's pretty tough. I got to look to make sure I got mine from Transworld when I canceled it. I never looked. I should probably look. Florida is also a major epicenter. It is, because it's a huge, huge tourist destination. I'm wondering if it's, I mean, to me, it feels like it's probably the biggest in the country for a tourist destination. Probably that in like Hollywood area, you know, Southern California. To me, those seem like the two biggest. Well, New York City has theirs too. So those are like the three biggest travel destinations. I don't know why New York City is a travel destination, because New York City sucks. There is nothing in New York City I want to go do. Nothing. There is nothing. I don't care about Times Square. The theme parks they got, I've been there so many times. You know what I mean? Like Coney Island, and there's nothing there that makes me want to go, I want to go to New York City or around it. Like, I don't. Yeah, Las Vegas is another one. Yeah, I forgot about Vegas. All right, so you work janitorial at Dollywood. Hey, Smokey Mountain, are you working or are you on furlough until they open? Well, no, they told, no, I asked for a refund. Like they said I was getting a refund when I did it. Like at the beginning, I canceled it like the week of, like a couple days before because they canceled every. As soon as they canceled Transworld, I canceled everything. I did. I canceled it all, and that's what I did. I got my tickets for Transworld for next year. Yeah, Broadway does nothing for me because I can't stay awake. And I'm not going to drive there for me personally, I'm not going to drive there to eat. I can go anywhere and eat. It's weird. It's like I don't, restaurant, like people, I've eaten at some Italian restaurant years ago, like in like the year 2000. I remember this crazy Italian restaurant it had 2 floors. Best Italian food I ever ate. Expensive, but I wouldn't go there for that. Rhode Island's got a lot of great Italian food. You go to and I'm talking mom and pop joints. You got Marchetti's, which is amazing. I know I sent Marcus a picture of this food from Marchetti's. Amazing Italian food. There's a place I wouldn't eat there because it's like $7,500 a plate. There's a place called Federal Hill. Used to be like mob central in Rhode Island. It used to be, New England had big mob bosses like New York City, and now it's multicultural area. They got Spanish, Italians, blacks. They got Asians. They got all kinds of different. It's not just Italians anymore. But they got that restaurant. They even got like a mob sandwich place. Kind of funny. The mayor of Providence used to have a spot before he died. Buddy Cianci's sandwich joint I've been in. Seen him in there. Rhode Island's got a lot of mafia ties to it. But again, a lot of good mom and pop Italian joints around here. But yeah, San Diego Comic-Con got canceled. I'm sure New York Comic-Con is going to be canceled. Yeah, museums are another draw in New York City. Yeah, a lot of that stuff just doesn't interest me. Museums, well, I shouldn't say that because when I went to Washington, D.C. and I went to the Space Museum there down in D.C., I did that. That was cool. And seeing stuff like that, if any state is going to close for a year, it's going to be California. Good luck going to Disneyland anytime this year. Yeah, it's like I said, it's going to be crazy. And I know we all want our parks open. We all want our life to get back to normal. It's depressing. We have no say in the matter. We have none. So we just go with the flow. When a park opens, if you want to go, you go. If you don't feel safe, don't go. If you're sick, stay home. Don't be a scumbag. Just stay home. If you got allergies, all right, that's different. That's not contagious. But if you got a flu, or you got something, bronchitis, pneumonia, stay home. I know you want to have fun, but just stay home. Don't make people sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't be a douche. Other than that, for me, I feel when they open, I'm going to go. I'm going to go. PMC is probably getting canceled if New York is. What's PMC? Along with whatever CA says, production on season 28 will probably be delayed till January. I don't know what PMC is. I don't know what that is, but and what's season 28 or what? I don't know what that is. But in any case, so everything's gonna be crazy. Like movies, right? Movies have all, TV shows have all stopped production. Everything. Well, actually, you know who didn't stop production on anything is Suicide Squad. James Gunn saw the writing on the wall with their crew, and they set up post editing in their houses so they could finish the movie out, which is crazy. So hopefully other people did the same thing, or if they do it and they got to take a little longer to do what they got to do. Things are going to be a little screwy. Yeah, everything's going to be delayed. It's going to be a funky time. But like everything else, right now it looks depressing and dire, and everybody's fighting with each other, and there is a light at the end of the end of the tunnel. We will come back. It'll come roaring back. It's probably going to look something again like, during World War II and after that, and just but it's going to take a little bit. Yeah, and I know here in Rhode Island we have one drive-in, and they're working with the state to get that done. I wish I had a boat ton of money to open up a drive-in, because I would open one. Oh, Power Morphicon is when they announced all the new, even though the other cast members have hung low there in the past, like Kendall and everything. Like I said, there was another event. I was gonna go to locally. It was a horror convention called TerraCon that was going to be at the Rhode Island Convention Center. That's delayed. They haven't announced any new dates yet. I don't think anybody knows what the hell's going to happen. But I think any events like conventions or things like that should kind of just postpone it to next year. Transworld did that. They're doing an online trade show where you can, get all the links and information to if you want to buy props and whatever, lighting, whatever for the horn industry. They're doing that. Would I rather have a drive-in or a haunt? Me personally, I would rather have a haunt, but I think right now the short-term plan, I think drive-ins are going to make a huge comeback. Maybe not a huge, but I think they're going to make a comeback. You know what I'm saying? Midsummer Scream is not likely in LA this year. People are scrambling for everything. Get new dates. Things are going to be clashing with next year's dates. I think they should postpone a lot of these things just to kind of... Because think about it. If they were to... Say they got the okay. Say they didn't cancel any Comic-Cons. Say they got the okay. One, they'd have to seriously drop the amount of attendance. And even after that, I don't even think... Say they split the attendance in half. And I know that's even a lot. I still think not even half of that would buy tickets. There's a lot of people that are freaked out. And rightfully so. Your opinion matters just as much as my opinion. We may not agree, but a lot of people may go, no, I'm not going until I get a vaccine. And by all means, you're allowed to feel that way. Just as soon as anything opens, I'm going. I don't care. As soon as they stop, I'm going. Do not care. I'm willing to take the chance. I'm not saying like I'm trying to be like this crazy daredevil guy. I'm just tired of being cooped up in the house. And if I get sick, hey, if I die from my own stupidity, that's on me. I know nobody wants to see me die. I don't want to die. But I also don't want to sit in this house. It drives me nuts. I like being down in my basement. I'm away from everybody. No, I don't want to kill nobody. Not that I want to, but I'm just saying. It's going to be a crazy time. And if the haunt's open, because I've been talking with like Fairtown people, if the haunts do open, they are going to do extreme fairs, but they're already putting in place plans of things that they're not going to do, that they've done in years past, and come up with new ideas to still be immersive and not freak people out. Because we all know, like, I don't know how many of you watched the movie that we released Friday night. We released that at 7:30. It's actually done a little bit better than last year, in terms of people watching it. Not huge, significant numbers, but it's up past where we were last year at the same time. So that's good. That was good. We did the YouTube premiere on the Hornapalooza channel that we have, so that this channel isn't constant Halloween stuff all the time. But I did talk with if they do, in fact, if the haunts... Well, I feel like I'm in a minority. I mean, there's a lot of people that feel like me, but I'm sure it's a minority of people that are like, just go. You know what I mean? Like, But here's the thing, though. I've already had it. You know what I mean? I'm off the quarantine, lockdown thing. I've already had it. And as long as I have antibodies to it, I feel I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why a lot of the thing I notice is when I comment. Oh yeah, I agree with that. Social distancing might help Halloween Horror Nights a bit, but they're gonna have to pulse the thing. They're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait a little bit of time. They're probably gonna have to sell less tickets for the night, or you're gonna have to buy multiple night tickets because they're not just gonna see you later, see you later. They can't do a constant Congo line. They can't. See, I make a lot of comments on people. Here's a misconception, and I want people to realize this. Social distancing, and I want people to realize this. All media, all government have said this, and a lot of people think they're not paying attention to that one detail. Social distancing does not kill the virus. The whole point of social distancing, they've said that. I'm not making it up. They've said it. It's to help not overload the hospital so they can take care of people, try to save as many people that are in need of it. And I'm okay with that. I don't want to be close to people anyway. I hate a lot of people. I don't like feeling, I don't like that. Regardless of germs or not. So when I comment on it and I say that, I get attacked. I'm talking about from the people that are like really scared of it. I get attacked. And I go, wait, based on I know every experience from this is different. People have died. People had it bad. My experience, what I've seen in my own personal house, based on that, to me, it wasn't as bad. I'm not saying it's a hoax. I'm not saying it's horrible. I'm not saying that it's not. You know what I mean? I'm just saying in my experience, what I've experienced, what people in my house experienced, it's not as bad. And I'm not saying that's for everybody. I'm just saying here. And then when I tell people that, they kind of let off the gas and go, oh, okay, you had it. You may or may not be right or wrong, but they say, okay. And they get that. But other than that, I'm just saying, from my experience, that's what it is for us. You guys might experience it differently than us, and that's why it's, like I said, I'm not saying that nobody's dying. I'm not saying like it's just a made-up thing. I'm not tinfoil hat kind of guy. Usually, I remember back in the day, I used to look at conspiracy theory websites and laugh and go, "Oh, this is gonna happen." And then when they pick a date, when they say it, and I go back and I comment, and I go, "What happened? Didn't happen. You're wrong." Well, a lot of people, yeah, I'm a lucky one, and I had no symptom, nothing, not a fever, not a sore throat, not a nothing. Me and my two sons, nothing. Everything, you know what I mean? We had one severe case, one mild case, and then no symptoms. But a lot of people that I've seen that there's people dying. Like I said, I'm not saying to be, ignorant and stupid to people. I'm just saying, to me, what we've experienced is a lot different than. So in my mind, to me, it's like, oh, it's not that bad. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, because of an actual experience. Some people, and you guys are rightfully so. A lot of, I'm afraid. I don't want to get it. You may or may not have underlying conditions. You may just want disgusting people away from you. And that's fine, too, because I'm with you on that. I don't want disgusting people around me. I want the disgusting, smelly people. As a matter of fact, I don't want to wear masks, but I figured if I'm going to wear a mask, I'm going to get an offensive one. So mine are boobs. So if you're too close and you see boobs, you're too close. Just like that lady had one with penises. So we're going to do that. And if you're offended by my mask, well, then you're a little too close. I figure I'll just do it until this mask thing dies down, and then it's either going to get a lot of laughs or a lot of pissed off people. But I figured if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it my way. But that's just me. Everybody that really knows me knows I'm a ball buster, and I try to get a rise out of people. So if that's If that's what it's going to take for me to do it, then that's what I'm going to do. Oh, my father's always calling me at the wrong time. He's got to wait. So let me see what else we got going on here in the world of. I got I get these emails from Amusement Today. I look at Screamscape. I look on Facebook. If you got kids, or maybe you just want a bedtime story though, if you call, write down this number, 1-877 and then Mickey. You look on a thing. You can get bedtime stories from different characters. Mickey, Minnie. I think it's Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Pluto. I listen to Pluto. You could pick which character you want. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call one. I'm going to call right now. Yeah, I know. The parks wouldn't allow a mask like that. I know that. Let me see. I'm going to call it. Oh, wait. It should be in my. Oh, yeah. Let's call it and see what happens.
Hi there. Welcome to the Disney Bedtime Hotline, brought to you by ShopDisney.com. To help you create some magic moments in your little one's nighttime routine, follow the prompts to hear a special bedtime message from some of your little one's favorite Disney characters. Press 1 to hear from Mickey. Press 2 to hear from...
Let's do Mickey.
Hiya, pal. It's me, Mickey Mouse. Oh, I sure am glad you called. Gosh, it must be getting close to your bedtime. I bet by now you've brushed your teeth and gotten into your pajamas. Well, that's great. Pluto and I just finished brushing our teeth, too. Tonight, I think I'll read Pluto his favorite story. It's about a brave dog who helps a lost bunny rabbit find his way home. Well, it's time for Pluto's nighttime walk, so I'd better go. Good night, pal. I hope you have sweet dreams.
And then it hangs up on you. So, yeah, that's that. Yeah, like I said, the Mickey thing, you could do Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Pluto, I think. Yeah, I think that's who they're, or Goofy. No, it might be, I don't know, I didn't go through the whole, I forgot. It's either Goofy or Pluto. No, I think it's Goofy. Goofy I did. Yeah, because Pluto don't talk, he barks. So Goofy, I listened to the Goofy one, so it's kind of funny, kind of cool. Yeah, I know parks would not let me, it's not like, you'd have to see it. It's kind of like weird little designs. I mean, I wouldn't wear that at a park just because out of respect to the parks. And I wouldn't go to a park, especially ones that I have a good working relationship, doing this channel and you know what I mean? Like if I went to a haunted house, they wouldn't care. They'd laugh. But I'm sure if I showed up at the gates at Six Flags and the Wing of the Lake compounds, they'd probably get a kick out of it. Like, come on, dude. Like, come on. There's little kids and, you know what I mean? I wouldn't do that there. You know what I mean? Like I said, I would get a ride, but I'm saying if I'm going to a store or something, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. And Marcus, I saw the comment you made about the 51 and people getting splattered and trapped in the thing and when they wanted to do it. Some people, intention, I get people's intentions, like the people that are protesting. You should be allowed to protest regardless of what. Whether we agree with it or not, that's part of our Constitution, Bill of Rights. You should be allowed to protest. Is it smart doing it now or the way they're doing it? Probably not. But they're voicing their concerns. I'm okay with it. If you want to get it and go out and go do it, by all means, have a blast. Go do what you got to do. If you want to get it not. And then Charles says there are reports of people getting it a second time. From what I read, unfortunately, hopefully everyone just keeps clean and keeps this space. That's going to be the norm for, I think, like, even from when things reopen until at least a year. Eventually, I mean, they could go on forever. I don't know. But people's resilience, people's mindset is, we overcome, we come back in a resurgence, and we do things. That's why we're, as human beings, we're pretty resilient about things. I know most people are going to stay stuck in their house and go, nope, until there's a vaccine. And if you want to do that, that's fine. And I want to say something, and I think this is just a theory I have in my, not maybe a theory, but a light bulb went off in my head the other day with these phases. I saw the one I'm gonna pull up, just so you guys get an idea of what phase. A lot of people don't know what the phases mean, so to put where you're, I got the one from Ohio. So phase 1 is all vulnerable people should shelter in place. Avoid socializing in groups of more than 10. Non-essential travel should be minimized. Working from home where possible. Schools and youth activities remain closed. Large public venues such as movie theaters, restaurants, sporting venues, places of worship can operate under strict social distancing rules. Elective surgeries can resume. Gyms can reopen if they stick to strict social distancing. That's phase 1 in Ohio. From my understanding, and I could be wrong, is as long as everything goes to plan and there's not like a gigantic spike in cases, then 2 weeks later, phase 2 comes into play. I'm sure that's not going to happen. I'm sure things will get, and then they're going to wait, and then phase 2 would begin. Or maybe they got to start phase 1. Or I don't know all the ins and outs of this, so this is just what the phases are. And if everything goes according to plan, and we all know nothing goes according to plan, nothing does. So phase 2 is non-essential travel can resume. Schools and youth activities can reopen. All vulnerable people should continue to shelter in place. Gatherings of more than 50 people should be avoided. People are encouraged to work from home. Large venues can operate under moderate social distancing rules. Bars may operate with diminished standing room occupancy. Then again, 2 weeks or whatever, whenever they decide to go to the next phase. So phase 3 would be vulnerable people can resume public interactions but should practice social distancing. Visits to senior care facilities and hospitals can resume. Employers can resume unrestricted staffing at work sites. Low-risk populations should consider minimizing time spent in crowded areas. Large venues can operate under limited social distancing rules. Bars may operate with increased standing room. So with that, you have those items. You know, hey, what's up, Craig? I just saw that. Hey, it's all good, Craig. But yeah, so, dude, we're all waking up late. It's a little crazy out there in TV land, as I call it. So that's just Ohio. Every state is different. I know, was it Friday, Florida? No, you can't have theme parks open with 50. That's why I think they're just waiting until they can get to phase 3, phase 4, whatever. I know, what was it, Friday? Jacksonville beaches opened up. And it was packed. They said in like 26 minutes. People were walking around on the beach. You can't sunbathe, but you can swim. You can surf. You can walk your dog. You can walk. You can ride a bike. You just have to keep moving. So they don't want you standing still. Again, that's what they started doing. I don't know if they had any upticks because of that with cases. We're not probably going to know yet. We might. We don't know. I don't know. But like I said, it's up to the way I look at it, it's up to the individual in question. And I mean you or I or anybody. Your safety level. I know that I'm not going to a park anytime soon. It's sad, but I know. I get it. But with the phases and all this, the phases and my comment I made before rambling off, as long as each phase goes as planned, I don't know how many of you heard of herd immunity. I think this is what I call the beginning of that from the States. They're like, if we just do this in phases and we basically do herd immunity and you do it in small doses, you might be able to keep the craziness down. Because there's no vaccine and they think, I mean, a lot of governors are talking about it. And I just keep watching because I want to see what, I keep reading articles because I'm trying to gauge in my brain when things are going to open. It's crazy. It's all crazy. We all know that. It's all crazy. We know that. And again, I revert back to it's up to the person to decide if they want to go out and partake in any of this. If you don't feel safe and you're vulnerable, stay home. Don't go. You know what I mean? For your safety. Maybe even my safety. Who the hell hit me up? Oh, Marcus did. All right, so Marcus just sent me the phase. So here's Texas. This is Texas's plan. Where's the plan? Marcus, is that executive... The executive orders, is that their phases? The governor may now on Friday afternoon is planning to reopen the state. It says Executive Order 1, the creation of a statewide strike force to open Texas. The task force includes all these people. Executive 2 focuses on the retail sector reopening as the to-go model. That means businesses will have to deliver items to customers' cars, homes, or places to minimize possible contact. Also, schools are to be closed for the rest of the school year. Teachers can go to the classroom for video instruction or to clean out the classroom. This also includes public and private universities. Executive 3, focused on healthcare. This order will loosen the restrictions on surgeries beginning at 11:59 p.m. on April 21st through 11:59 on May 8th. All licensed healthcare professionals and all licensed healthcare facilities must continue to postpone all surgeries and procedures that are not medically necessary to diagnose or correct serious medical conditions. So then on Monday, April 27th, additional ways to be announced to reopen the Texas restaurants, movie theaters, and gathering places. So right now, up until that's what you can. So Texas schools are closed for the remainder of the year. State parks open on Monday, which would be today. No groups larger than 5. I think today, right? When was this article written? Let me see. April 17th. So yeah, that was... So Monday they can open. No groups larger than 5. Retail stores can open on next Friday. Effective April 22nd, surgery restrictions will be lifted. Monday, April 27th, the additional ways will be announced to reopen Texas restaurants, movie theaters, and gathering. So that's their plan to do... So like I said, every state has different things. No, it's weird. I think, see, and I'll answer your question, Alex, in a second here. I did kind of, I'll just answer right now. Nobody at this moment has. Nobody has. No park has announced an opening. No park is technically, because they don't know. They don't know. And I know in New England. Oh. Hang on, I got to answer my dad for a second here. Just give me a second. All right. I was just telling my dad, I'm doing a grow show, and then when I'm done, I'll call him. I don't know. He wants to come here and go. He's like, can you get in the house from the basement? I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, I mean, obviously, the phases. I know a lot of phases are based on how hard they were hit. Like I know in New England, like not all New England states, but there's 7 states in the Northeast that formed a pact to open together. So you got Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware all are gonna open together. New Jersey and New York were hit the hardest. Yeah, the finger scanners in New England, they're gone. Those are gone in New England. I don't know about the other parks. Oh, matter of fact, when I was at what do you call it? I think Six Flags got rid of them because when I went to Magic Mountain in January, I didn't do that. I didn't finger scan nothing. So, and Marcus can let me know about Over Texas and Fiesta Texas. The finger things are gone. So up our way, I don't think New England is going to be opening in June. They could, I don't know, but I don't think that they are. I think the way it looked and people were figuring out, it's like August would be up here for Six Flags up in Mass. Probably for Great Adventure as well. I mean, based on the phases and everything works out to plan. I think the Northeast is screwed. I don't think like Great Adventure or any of them places. I don't think Great Adventure, Great Escape, or New England are going to open when the rest of them do. Yeah, I would think, especially around here. I bet you Disney and Universal is going to get rid of those at some point. Right now, anything with touchy, no. If there's anything to do with touching, you got no shot. They're not gonna do that. Right now, people are gonna be like, I'm not touching that. I mean, I'll just be like, give me some hand sanitizer or a bathroom, or you know what I mean? Like yeah, Florida got hit pretty hard, but the problem is, here's the problem. Whether it's right or not, in my opinion and thought, it's just my thought process. And I could be wrong. You guys might be right. I don't know, but this is my thought process. Again, don't attack me too hard on my thought process, please. You know, you can agree to disagree. I think what they're doing, and I'm not. I said I don't know. I don't have any inside information. I'm just saying, overall, what they're doing between the economy and everything, the economy cannot withstand being closed too much longer. And I know it sounds kind of weird because there could be more damage done by more people dying. So I see it from that, aspect. But what they're doing is the government can't afford to keep paying all this money out to make sure that we stay home. They can't. They already spent, 6, 7, 8, 10 trillion on this thing just because of this. And they're going to be spending way more money. So what they're going to do is they're going to open it in little by little to kind of get the economy, get the wheels start turning back again. That's what they got to do. I mean, they don't have to, but that's what they're doing. People are protesting, and they're trying to keep it from civil unrest. I mean, look at the other states that did it. So that's why I think, again, it's really up to each individual what you feel. Yeah, I saw that. I look at that every once in a while with the map. Like I said, you gotta what do you call it? It's up to your own individual thing. If you're a vulnerable person, now's not the time to go to work, go to do anything. Stay home until we can get more stuff. You may be that scared that you stay home until there's a vaccine. And the government and states and whatever should accommodate those people. Because they're not going to go to work. They could go buying a work. They could die. Like, you know what I mean? They shouldn't do that. I'm not that much of an ass. But for those that if you want to take that chance and roll the dice, then go do it. If you don't, stay home. I know that's my opinion, and it's probably right or wrong. It depends on your mind. Yeah, Chris, as much as I would love that, that's not going to happen. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not going to happen. I'm going to tell you why. The money aspect of it, that's a Democrat introduced bill. And hey, you know what? I'm all for it. I'm not a Republican and I'm not a Democrat. I'm in the middle. I only registered as a Republican because I want to be able to vote in the primaries, which ours has been canceled, so I can't even do it. Postponed or whatever. But I'm all for that bill. Give everybody $2K a month. Do that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with that. I don't think that's going to happen because when it comes before the Republicans, the only way that it's going to happen is, And that's the one thing about governments I hate is they can't just make a bill to go, we're going to do this. Whatever it is. Say the bill should just be Americans get $2,000 a month and then rent and mortgages for a year. Say there's money to pay everything off. I'm just saying, just say there is, or whatever, however they work it out. There's way too much crap that politicians throw in it to make the bill so much higher. That almost $2 trillion should have not cost that. They put a lot of stupid funding for stuff in it. They don't know how to just the bill. There's too much excess spending for no reason. So I don't know how much that plan would cost, but double or triple it just so that they could get it done to get an agreement. The Republicans won't agree on it because it's money, and then they're gonna go, what are you gonna give me? What are you gonna give me out of it? That's why I hate politics so much. And we're dealing with that. So while all of us get screwed, they're fighting over something stupid. And that's why, like Alex said, there's too much money and they're not going to do it. They should do it because a lot of countries are doing stuff like that. So if these other smaller countries are doing it, why can't we? You know what I'm saying? Why can't we? You know, it's all politic crap. That's all it is. People fighting, and we get screwed. People die. People this, that, other, lose it all. You know, we're all going to be hurting when it comes time when the parks reopen, because a lot of us aren't going to have money to go enjoy, except for whatever, you know what I mean? If you got a pass, you paid for it, you can enjoy that. You're not going to be traveling out. You know, so I don't know. One thing that I hope, and I know this sounds crazy, that for a while, at least till the vaccine comes out, close the borders. Nobody goes in, and nobody comes out. Because you'll keep spreading it until this thing is over. Just deal with whatever it is going on. Oh, yeah. Oh, I read an article last night at me because we were trying to get a loan for us and we couldn't get one by the time it was all done. You know what I'm saying? So we have to play wait and see. I read this article. I want to punch somebody about the people with the small business loans. There was, what was it, Steak Shack and some of these other sushi places, like chains, were getting money that didn't need it. So, again, it's messed up. It is messed up. So who the hell knows? I don't know. It's just it's a weird time. Yeah, and I know the initial bill was not enough stipulations. They were just trying to throw money at a problem, and they don't know. And realistically, like that money that people got from the stimulus, how much is it really going to stimulate? It's not really going to stimulate much. Most stuff is closed. I can't get a lot of stuff I want. I'm not big on ordering online either, unless I have to. Some products I have to. You know, like if I buy haunted house props or stuff like that, there isn't a store unless you go to Spirit Halloween in Halloween time. And that stuff's garbage, most of it. You know what I mean? Most of it's garbage. I mean, like my skeleton guy, you guys don't see this, but it's funny. I'm going to show you. I don't know if you can see it. You can't. The camera won't allow me to move it. But you saw my little pop-up tent and my puppet show. There's a skeleton I made on a pole, and it looks like he's holding it up. It's kind of funny. But yeah. Hey, what's up, Zach? How's it going, man? Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. You watched the video. Alex says he watched the video last night that Six Flags may sell several parks. Great Escape because of the hotel attachment. Also Six Flags America for the land. And ATT buying the whole chain possibly. ATT owns the Warner Brothers IP so the theming could stay. Hey, what's up, John? Yeah, I mean, anything is possible at this point. It depends who's in the position to spend money. Because the one thing that I realized about a lot of these big... a lot of the people that businesses that got money, are trying to expand their portfolio. You know, like Comcast, they own Universal. They, you know, movies. They own the parks. They have TV. You know what I mean? They got NBC. They got a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, the individual payments was $1,200. Was about just trying to get the paycheck to paycheck people. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Uh-oh, who's coming down the stairs?
It's me.
Oh, it's her. What do you want?
I've come bearing a gift.
Oh, what is it? Oh, you got a little tiger.
It's for you. It's from the Tiger King.
Where'd you get that?
We got it when we went to Key Pud.
Oh, look, I got the Tiger King. Arr, I got meth. And I got guns. I got tigers. I'm a Tiger King. Meow, I'm a tiger. Meow. She gave me a Tiger King. Yes, I'm silly and stupid. They're all dumb. Hey, naughty language. They can hear you.
Oh, sorry. I forgot.
There's little children watching. Well, actually, no, we're all adult children watching. All the Halloween stuff is in that pile on the side of the pinball machine. Oh, what are you going to do?
I wanted to put my dragons away so I could be Game of Thrones, baby.
What? What dragons? Oh, the stuffies?
Yep.
You're going to be Game of Thrones for Halloween?
Could be.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, lots of speculation. What does it say? Comcast is NBC, Universal, DreamWorks. I think I'm missing something. Xfinity. This is obviously lots of speculation, but only parks that are core parks are Magic Mountain, Six Flags America, and Six Flags Great America. According to the analysis. I just realized today is 420. Turn it up. I would like to turn it up. All right. But I have to go. If I want to go to the dispensary, I have to wear a mask. If I want to turn it up on 420. I don't have my boob mask to go and get turned up on 420. Peanut! What's up? I saw Fran. She disappeared. What are you doing? What's in the oh, that's tough. Hi, Pete. What? Did you come to aggravate me? She just wants attention. Oh, Great America. Well, yeah, Great America, Magic Mountain, Great Adventure. I know the other parks that kind of on the good. I mean, I don't know what the attendance has been. Charles says hi.
Hi, Charles.
Oh, yeah, nobody could see you anyway. The way the camera was, nobody could see you.
Yes, they could.
No, they couldn't.
Hold on.
You have to come way in.
No, I'm right here. I'm in it. This is how it was.
Oh, was you?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't. Oh. Oh, Marcus says, I see you there, Jessica.
Hi. How the hell do you know what they're saying?
It's right there.
Oh.
See? People keep chatting and I can respond to it. Or people seen on the screen, they're not watching it
Why is
there.
there a trash can in the corner over there?
That's not a trash can.
What is it?
This?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't put the link, but if somebody donated money,
Yeah.
it would show things.
Donate money too?
Yeah, I didn't put the link down.
I'm going to donate a penny.
No, I think the minimum that they make you donate is $1.
Oh.
But I figure I'm not going to bother anybody to donate money because nobody has any money right now.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So I'm just like, I'm not going to bother anybody. But when the economy's rocking and rolling, then I'll say, hey, donate, I'm poor because I lost everything. And then people can make it. And then, I don't know what. Oh, I think it's the little guy. Or it could be whole little Honapalooza heads. They'll just fall and they fill the cup.
Oh, that's cute.
But I don't turn that option on.
It's a trash can. I thought it was.
It's not. It's a cup. It's a tip. It's a tip jar. Tip cup.
It's cute.
But if somebody like, I've seen it happen a couple times when they were watching. You could see people. It'll put it on the screen. What do you call it? Notification. Somebody joined. Or somebody liked something. You like to see somebody like something from 5 days ago. I can see.
Oh, Justin Marshall. Oh, he's cute. I like him.
He's a good kid.
He is.
Well, anyway, I'm going to get out of here because
Bye, peeps.
my father wants me to call him
Get out here.
for whatever. He's planning on coming in my basement for something. And he won't leave me alone. He keeps texting and calling me. But we'll be back tomorrow, 1 o'clock, same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you guys for watching. We will be back. We'll talk about whatever tomorrow. Again, if you don't like my opinion, that's okay. And if you hate me, that's okay too. But we'll be back tomorrow. We'll talk more. See, Scrabble said... Yeah, sharing the stream and all that. There's a whole bunch of stuff that popped. I seen the zombie guy one time pop up. It says... Six Flags has so many different relationships of leases, partnerships, leasehold. Yeah, this Six Flags is a mess, I think, in the form of all the stuff they got going. But anyway, we'll be back tomorrow, same time, 1 o'clock, and we'll talk then. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys soon, and keep on coasting, y'all. Peace!